Hi, welcome to Auntie Nat's Crochet. This time round I'm going to make a bolero. I'm going to use a 3mm hook because these are very fine soft yarn. These are bamboo yarn. It's actually, let me see, it's actually 6 strands of yarn, but since it's so fine, even the 6 strands that makes it into one still look very fine, and I like it because it's kind of glossy, right? And I'm gonna make the back part with this plain color, and the edges, the sides, I'm gonna end it with multicolor yarn. So since here we have a bit of this color, so I think this is suitable for this. Let's see how it goes. So let's get started. Okay, first you have to measure your bag, how wide you want this to be. We're going to start off by making the bag, how much cloth you want to make to cover your bag, and then we'll work our way. So now measure your bag and going to do a foundation chain according to the length of your bag. So here make a knot. And this is just my habit of making a knot. Okay, after this knot I'm gonna make foundation chain. I'm not gonna count the number of chain, but preferable it has to be in a multiple of 2. I'm gonna measure it against the ruler or the measuring tape to see if I can get to the length that I want before I start. Okay, now I have the length that I want. I want it to be loose. I do not want it to be too tight. So it's no point telling you the number of stitches, because depending on the yarn you use and the type of hook you use, you could have less stitches or more stitches. Mine, because the yarn is so fine, I guess I'll have more stitches. So it's best that you measure it against your body, against your back, and see whether it fits. If it fits, or you want it just nice fitting, or you want it to be loose, so it's up to you. So once you get the foundation chain right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna chain 2. Right, I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to do a double crochet on the second chain from the hook. So let's chain 2, and the 4th stitch from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4th stitch from the hook, we're going to do a double crochet. Here I do not really bother about the back loop, I mean the hum side. You can actually do it on a hum side, or you can do it just like this. Okay, you can just crochet like this when you yarn over, or you can do it all on the bum side. This thread is kind of fine. Anyway, it's only the foundation chain that is a bit difficult. It's a bit tough. After that it's okay. So this time now I'm not going to do on the bottom side. I'm just going to do on the normal, like a normal double crochet. So can you see the yarn is so fine that my double crochet look this tiny. So I did a double crochet on the 4th stitch from the hook. Now I yarn over. I do a double crochet on the 3rd stitch, means I go back. That's why it's difficult to do it on the bum side, because when you do a comeback, you come back to do a double crochet on the 3rd stitch, it's kind of difficult to find the bum side. In fact, now it's quite difficult to find that bird stitch too. So okay, so you're gonna be a crisscrossing. So you yarn over, you skip one, you go to the next one, you do a double crochet, you yarn over, you go back to the one that you skip and do a double crochet. If you're using cotton yarn, I think you can see the pattern clearly, because mine it's kind of small. Can you see? It's kind of like a crisscrossing. So you yarn over, you skip one, you go to the next one, you do a double crochet, you yarn over, you go back to the one you skip and do a double crochet. It's not easy, especially when it's on a foundation chain, but once you have completed this foundation chain, it gets easier because the piece gets bigger. So this is how it look like, kind of crisscrossing. So I'm going to continue this until end of the row. And not only that, I'm going to do the same in the next row until I get the length that I want. It's a bolero, so it's not very long, it's kind of short. So now we are just doing the back part of the bolero. So meaning now we're going to do a rectangle, a piece of rectangle, just enough to cover the back of our body. And from there on, we're going to make the sleeves, and we're going to go round and round and round. So I'll come back to you once I'm at the end of the row. I just want to show you, you should get a straight line like this. So in case, sometimes depending on the type of yarn, it's quite difficult to see where is the next stitch. So like here, this one is taken. If you can see this part here, you can see this part here, this one is taken. That's why we have to skip this and do a double crochet here. So after we do a double crochet here, we come back and do a double crochet here. But because of this, sometimes you miss this. You might think that this is one stitch, so you skip this and you do here double crochet, and by the time you come back, you do another one here, which means this stitch would look like an increase, and your row here, it will not be a straight line like this. It's gonna curve. Why? Because you kind of did like an increase. So you have to be very careful, because once you get the foundation chain right, the rest it gets easier. So most important is do it slowly, but do it the right way on the foundation chain, and make sure you leave it on a flat surface. It's straight, it's not curl. If it's curl, it means that you accidentally did an increase somewhere. Increase means like here, because you miss this, thinking that this hole here is actually one stitch you skip and you do here, but here actually it's taken, but you didn't see this small part here. So be careful, because once you get this right, it gets easier. This is how it look like so far. So the last stitch, it should be straight, it should not curve. So the last stitch, whoops, okay, let me get this right. Okay, so the last stitch, I have one more stitch here. If so happen you have, actually it's not a one more stitch, it's kind of like taken by this, but anyway I'm going to do a double crochet here, this last stitch here between the knot and the one taken. I'm going to do, because this yarn is kind of fine, kind of difficult to see, do a double crochet at the end here, because every end here, this is a chain 2 thing, so this chain 2 is a kind of double crochet. So here at the end here, do a double crochet as well. So we're gonna chain 2, turn our work, and do the same thing. You're gonna DC on the third one. This is 1, 2, 3 on the third one. Make sure you count from here. So this is the third one. Now go back to the second one. As I say, it gets easier because now it's easier to see which is the third one, which is the second one. Unlike the foundation chain, it's kind of difficult. So I'll just show you again. Here, this part here, it kind of crisscross here, and here crisscross here. Because of this crisscross, somehow block this, and you might be thinking that this is untaken, but this is taken. So we're going to skip this and do here. So here we're going to do a double crochet and we'll come back and do here. So this is taken. Just make sure, you have to train your eye, this is taken. So skip this, do here, and come back here. So now this is how it look like. You're going to continue until you come to the length that you want, depending on how wide you want it to be. Okay, this is how it look like so far. So whether you want it to be just nicely on your back or a little bit loose. Mine is a little bit loose. So here I did a chain here. This is chain 80 because my yarn is small and my hook is small, so the stitch comes out small, so I'm gonna make chain 80. Now you make, this is for your arm to go in, so you, after you do this, you just put your hand in and measure and see if you can fit. If it fits, then this is the length. If it doesn't fit, then maybe you should add some stitches or reduce some stitches. So I did this once I finish here. I just continue to chain and link it here. I did a slip stitch here, and then I chain one and I knot it and cut off the yarn, and I hide the yarn in between. So now I'm going to do one more here. Just make a knot. This bamboo yarn is extremely soft and I find it kind of difficult to work with because it's very fine and almost like I can't feel it. So here I connect to the top part here and I just made a chain. So since the other side I made a chain 80, so I'll make another chain 80 here and connect until here. Okay, I did the same for this side. So the other side chain 80, this side also chain 80. Then I'm gonna connect it to the corner here with a slip stitch. Oops. I'm gonna attach it to the corner here with a slip stitch, and then I am going to continue with this pattern, the same pattern. I'm going to do yarn over, and do double crochet, you just check that, you know, from this pattern, you just check that this is a double crochet, this is the one you skip, and then you come back here, so your whole block of pattern will be on top of each other. See, so I just follow back. So I did one, so now I'm going to do the crisscross thing. So same thing, you skip one. This part will be a little bit tough because this is the foundation chain where I did not use the bottom side, so there's only one strand left here, so it's kind of difficult to, it's just one strand. You can grab the other side too if you want. It's just, yep, one strand. Then continue to do the crisscrossing. So it will gonna look like this. So you're gonna continue all the way, and here, once you reach here, you're gonna continue here as well. Continue with this pattern, this crisscross pattern, here all the way until here, and all the way here, and all the way here. So we're gonna do this like a few rounds and see how white you want it to be. Maybe you want to change color, or you want a different pattern on the outer side. So as at now, I'm just going round and round, so including here and here, including these two here. So it's gonna go round and round and round. I'll come back to you once I'm at the end here and show you how it will look like. Okay, this is how it looked like so far. So you make sure these two straps here, it's not curved. I mean, it's not twisted. So if so happen by the time you reach here, it's kind of twisted, the next row, you're gonna have a hard time. So you make sure everything is in order, and also this side. Make sure it's in order, it's not twisted, and you continue for a few more rows. So if you happen to come back to the edge here, when you reach the edge, when you want to continue with this pattern on the back piece here, just make sure, if you, there's two, one is double crochet over this side, one is the double crochet that we come back to the previous stitch. So we always do on top of it. So here is the first double crochet, here is the one that we come back, the second one. So if so happen here you have one more stitch, and before you reach here you just do a double crochet. But this one so happen there's only these two, so I continue with the pattern. So I do double crochet and I go back to the stitch before that, which makes this motif directly on top of the previous motif. So like here, I look at this one, go on top of this, do a double crochet, and go back to the previous one. This is the previous one, this is the V, this is the crisscross, and go back to the previous one. This yarn is just too soft, I'm not sure if you can really see the crisscross. If you are using cotton yarn, 5-ply yarn, maybe you can see the crisscross better. So you continue a few more rows, go around, all around, a few more rows, and then come back to you, and then you'll see whether you like it, that number of rows. Do you like it? You can try it on. So you think if you need more rows, you can do more rows. For the last 2 rows, I'm gonna do a different kind of stitch. Okay, I've come to the end here. So this is the last stitch. So I'm gonna join to the next one with a slip stitch. Yeah, I forgot to tell you that you should add a marker here or somewhere to tell you that this is the starting point where we start to go round and round. So I did about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10 rows. Both sides, 10 rows. So it looks like this. And you can try it on to see if you want a wider part here. Anyway, I'm going to make a few rows of different stitch now, and also with a different color yarn. So now I'm going to change yarn, change color. On the slip stitch part, I should change color on the slip stitch part. So when I slip stitch to the first one here, this is the time, and I'm gonna pull the other yarn, put through the other yarn. I'm gonna tie this to the front later on, have it slightly a bit longer. Okay, so now I'm gonna chain 2. I'm going to do, chain 1 will do. This is kind of lock it. You lock it, pull tight, like making a knot here. And then after that, chain 1 and do double crochet on every single stitch. Oops, that's the tail. Bring the tail in. Do double crochet all around. Every stitch you just do a double crochet. I'm going to make flower pattern at the end. So it's up to you whether you want to make 2 or 3 rows of double crochet before you start to do the flower, in case you want more of these colors to be seen. Because after this double crochet, I'm going to do 1 row of single crochet, and after that it's going to be the flower. So up to you, maybe you want to make 2 rows or 3 rows. I will make 1 row first and then 1 row of single crochet, and then I will see if I need another row before I start doing the flower. So I come back to you once I'm at the end of the row. Okay, we have come to the last few double crochet. Maybe after I show you the flower pattern, then you decide whether you want to make 2 rows of flower or 2 rows of double crochet. So here I'm gonna join to the first one with the slip stitch. That's how it looked like so far. So after this, I'm gonna chain 1. I'm gonna do single crochet all around. Just do single crochet all around. And once you come back here, you're gonna start to do the flower. Okay, I've come to the end of the row. So now I'm gonna slip stitch to the next. Now I'm gonna make the flower. There will be 8 double crochet between flowers. So it's up to you, because our Yours and mine might not be the same because we measured our back, so it might not be in a multiple of 8. So this one here, some the spacing is 8, some the spacing is 9, so that from afar you won't see that one of the flower is very far away from the rest. So it's kind of nearby and you will not really obviously know that it's exactly 8 or 9. So some of it I spaced 8, only about 3 or 4 I spaced 9, because I had about 5 or 6 balance just now, so I thought maybe some of it I just spaced 9. So now for a start, I'm gonna chain 2, yarn over, I'm gonna do double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2, 3 and 4. Let me remove this first. Oops. Okay, let me do that again. This yarn is really soft and just cannot hold its shape. It just come off easily. Here I started with 4 and after that it's all 8. Why? Because here I'm gonna have a remaining 4. So 4 and 4, so that's the gap 8. So some of it, the gap is about 9 stitches away. So that it doesn't look that obvious. So now let me show you how I'm gonna make the flower. I'm gonna chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I go back here and do a single crochet, and then I double crochet in the same stitch and do 1, 2, 3, 4, and here I'm gonna do a single crochet. You yarn over and you do double crochet in the same stitch, here, and we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're gonna do 8 sets of this. Yarn over in the same stitch, you do a double crochet, and then on this double crochet you're gonna chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and here in this space here just put your hook through and do a single crochet, and then yarn over, double crochet in the same stitch. Just put your hook on the space area and do a single crochet, yarn over in the same stitch, again double crochet, one, 2, 3, 4, well, let's see if I have 10. This does not count, this is just the double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 4 more in the same stitch. Do a double crochet and you chain 4, 1, oops, 2, 3, 4, just the space here, do a single crochet, yarn over, do double crochet in the same stitch, one, two, three, 4, oops, wait, let me see. Oh, did I? Oh, I think I did the slip stitch instead. Okay, let me do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. Yarn over. And the same stitch. The same stitch here. Do a double crochet. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet. Double crochet, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 of it. Here you can count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So instead of having it this way, fold it downwards, bring your hook to this side, the place where we started. Pull the yarn over like a slip stitch, then chain 1, and we do 8 double crochet here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 8 is the marker. So up to you whether you want to, whether the spacing should be 8 or 7 or 9 or 6. This is one flower, so if you think the gap here is too wide, you want the flower to be nearer, you can make it, you can reduce the gap here and make one more flower. And for the next row, you can make the flower here instead. So you make double crochet and then the flower in the middle, so it's kind of alternate. So you can make 2 rows of flower or 3 rows of flower, and even on the sleeve this side, the hole, the sleeve hole, you can either make single crochet all around, or you can make the same flower here over this side. So you can put it on first and see how your bolero looks like, how you want it to be, whether you want just flower on the edge here, or you want flower here on the arm as well, the arm hole, the hole here. If not, you can just do single crochet all around. So let me show you one more time. Two, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 7. So one more 8. Okay, this is the one that I'm gonna do. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you go back to the double crochet in the hole here. You just put your hook in the hole, pull out a yarn and do a single crochet, and yarn over again in the same stitch. Do 9 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, sorry, don't yarn over. Just do a single crochet here. Now you yarn over and do a double crochet. Oops. See, sometimes this yarn just didn't stick together very well. It's kind of glossy too. That's why I find it's kind of hard to work with. Sorry. Okay, after the single crochet, yarn over in the same stitch, do a double crochet, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Do a single crochet, yarn over, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna do, let me see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gonna turn the yarn a bit. One, 2, 3, 4. And do a single crochet. Oops, sorry. Double crochet in the same stitch. One, 2, 3, 4. Just put through this hole here and do a single crochet in the same stitch, double crochet, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see how many I have now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I need 2 more in the same stitch. Chain 4. Do a single crochet. The single crochet is here. Just put your hook there and do a single crochet. Yarn over in the same stitch, do a double crochet, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, make it face down this way. Push it down, take your hook, go to the first one, and find the yarn here, I just slip stitch, just slip stitch and chain one, and there are my flowers. Isn't that lovely? So you have flowers all around. So up to you whether you want to do it one row or two row, but I'll show you the two row one. I'll show you how I'm going to do the second row on top of this. So I'm going to have two rows of this. So I'll come back to you once I have this at the end of the row and show you how I'm going to do row 2. Okay, this is how it looked like so far. Isn't that lovely? So this is the sleeve part, and this is the side, the collar and the back. I haven't done this sleeve yet. I'll show you how. So I think I plan to do only just one row of flowers. Now I'm going to show you, if you really want to make two rows of flowers, this is what you do. I slip stitch to the, because we started with 4 double crochet before we start a flower, so we slip stitch here to the first double crochet, and then after that, if you want, you can actually chain 2 and then you continue to make double crochet, but make sure your next flower is here. You double crochet from here until here. It's about 8 pieces, 8 double crochet, and here you make your set of flowers, so that it's kind of like alternate. So I'm gonna stop here. I just want to make one row, and now I'm going to show you. So here I slip stitch. I'm gonna chain 1, and I'm gonna pull this tight, and I'm gonna hide the yarn inside here later on. So here the sleeve, let me show you. Oops, got tangled. So the sleeve, the arm part, what I did is I do single crochet all around. I just do single crochet all around. You chain 1 first to tie a knot, and you do single crochet all around. So after you single crochet all around, you do 1 row of double crochet. You single crochet all around first just to get the edge right. Then after that you do double crochet. Then after the double crochet you do 1 more row of single crochet. And after the single crochet, then you start to do the flower. So as I say, same like here, same like the bottom here, your number of stitches might not be exactly in multiple of 8s. So I will use a marker to mark my way and see. Some of it, the spacing is 8, some of it is 9. So when you have some 8 and some 9, it's not that obvious. See, it's not that obvious that it's 9 or 8. So this is how it looked like. So I'm gonna do this side as well. So I come back to you and show you the whole piece. Okay, this is how the completed bolero look like. See the flowers, it's just so cute, right? I kind of like those flowers. So did you make 1 row or 2 rows? So this is how it look like. If you want, you can make it wider here. If you want, you can add a few more rows of this stitch, and or you can add a few more rows of this flower. or in fact you can make the whole thing with this flower. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next post.